So, what do you suggest the women in the West do if everyone's advice is for men in the West to look elsewhere for a wife? What happens to all the women in the West then?
Nigga, what?
Welcome back to the Anthony Spade channel. Before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that notifications button so you can get the videos as soon as I put them out. If you're looking for the music to the intro and you want the link to the second channel, both are below in the description. But can you do me a favor, hit the notifications button right now. All right, guys, I got 3 videos for you. The first video is going to be Kanye talking about how America promotes, the media promotes unhealthy women like Lizzo. And he thinks that this is some of the most evilest stuff in the world for people to do. The next video is going to be a woman who is going to be giving props to Andrew Tate. She's going to actually be bigging him up. She's going to be explaining how he's a good guy and he's different than the guy that she sees on surface. And then we have a woman who's going to be asking a guy, what are the women in the West supposed to do after the men are walking away from them? And this is going to be one that I want you to get in the comments and tell me what you think about this video. But first, let's get to Kanye.
It's not. When Lizzo loses 10 pounds and announces it, the bots, that's a term for people like, it's like telemarketer callers, like on Instagram, they attack her for losing weight. Because the media wants to put out a perception that being overweight is the new goal when it's actually unhealthy.
And the reason why the media does do this is because they're making a lot of money in that sector. What you have to understand, they have analysts, they have specialists that can track the money and see where the money in the world is going. And the money lands in the hands of unhealthy people. So whatever unhealthy people are doing that's profiting, then they start to promote it so they make more money. It's kind of like rap music. When rap music first came out, it was a whole bunch of people against it saying, we don't like it, get rid of it. It became too profitable and too popular to let it go. So even though it destroys a culture, it makes someone else rich. It's the same thing with Lizzo's situation. They're going to pay her millions of dollars because heavy-set women are lazy. They don't really want to do anything. So it's easy to get the money off of them because they're still hard workers. That's what you have to understand. A lot of these overweight women are managers at your job. They run a lot of places. They have a lot of success and good credit. What do? They blow it feeling good. You'll go on vacations and see groups of BB dubs together because, hey, they're like, I got the success. The only thing is they lack going to the gym. So being that they lack going to the gym, society says, hey, let's get the money off of them. All we need to do is just give them somebody to follow. Who they give? They give Lizzo someone to follow. So they spend money trying to feel happy like Lizzo, not knowing that Lizzo don't feel the same as them because it's all an act.
Let's get aside the fact of whether it's fashion and Vogue, which is not. Let's just, or if someone thinks it's attractive, to each his own. It's actually clinically unhealthy. And for people to promote that, it's demonic.
And I agree. But what do they say? Money is the root of all evil. That's just how it is. It makes too much money. And Kanye has to realize he's did a lot of this stuff too in order to be famous, to promote certain agendas as well. But he's always did everything in good faith. But when it comes to the world that we live in, it's all about what makes money. You have to understand, look at rap music, look at fast food, look at all these things. The world is full of ideologies that are destroying you, but we continue to promote it because it makes someone else rich. You have to realize the clothes and things that rappers wear, the jewelry and all that, the people selling it to them don't even wear it. Next video is going to be a woman bigging up Andrew Tate. Let's get to it.
First of all, he's never...
What do you think?
He's an incredibly intelligent man. I think what he's doing is very important. Right now, there's a huge war on masculinity. Men don't really have any kind of role model that they can look up to. Andrew has been very kind and very generous with me. Like I said, I know him personally. I also know him from a business standpoint. I've spent time with him one-on-one. I've never felt uncomfortable. He's never been inappropriate with me. A lot of people accuse him of misogyny. He's never been misogynistic towards me. And I think what he's doing is incredibly important.
The thing that stands out about Andrew Tate so much is that everybody over 35 and up, we're used to this type of guy when we were growing up. This is how a lot of guys were in the 80s. This is how they think and thought. They were really alpha. When you look at Andrew Tate, you're watching how old alpha men used to be. Society has changed so much that when they come across a guy like this, they find it very offensive. And the reason why they find somebody like him so offensive is because he's a person who's accountable for what he does, but people don't want to be accountable for what they do. So you have to understand, he's the type of person that everyone's trying to throw their insecurities at. And they're trying to say, hey, this guy is wrong for this. He's wrong for saying this. We're offensive because of this. We're offensive because of that. But everybody deep down in their mind, they're like, hey, he's right. But when you're the realest in the room, then you're the fakest. So he doesn't exist in the world of the internet, because in the world of the internet, this is where a lot of people who have insecurities come to be somebody. So it's easy to offend someone online. Why? Because most people online are not even accountable to their thumbnail. They don't even show themselves. So when you have people that are hurting and majority don't even show themselves, every little thing would just make them angry. And now it's easy for you to get in trouble online by a group of people that you never see because they don't track down who flags it. That's normally where it starts. People start flagging and people start flagging. Then they start looking into it. When you have a whole bunch of nobodies that can control what you do, you have to watch what you say, which is why majority of this matrix is blue pill. Next video, woman's going to be asking about women in the West. Let's get to it.
As their options.
So what do you suggest the women in the West do if everyone's advice is for men in the West to look elsewhere for a wife? What happens to all the women in the West then?
Well, that one study we referenced that said by 2030 or something, 50% of the women will be without a man. So that's the direction we're heading, because the men that are looking for those traditional values are starting to go overseas, and then two, the other half of the men are just checking out completely. They don't want to deal with women at all. So this is going to be a big issue that women are going to deal with in the future as their options dwindle.
Yep. That's one of the problems that women are going to face. Not too much of the going overseas. I keep trying to tell the passport dudes, like, you can go overseas. It looks like everything's cool, but it's going to be harder than what you think. But he's absolutely right. The ones that got the money, the ones that are traveling the world, they will be able to go overseas, or they will be able to go to Latin countries and get them a wife, but they will have to work at it. When you're that small percentage of guy, you're already used to adjustments in life, so it makes it easier. The other half of guys, majority, I'm gonna probably say that 80% of guys are just going to walk away completely because they haven't gained the confidence yet. That's what separates the 80% of guys from the 20% of guys is confidence. It's the way that their aura is, the aura that they have around them. 20% of guys have that aura when they walk into a room. They don't have to say anything. Women could just sense it because they deal with too many guys. So a lot of guys don't have that. So 80% of guys are just going to be walking away from relationships. You have to understand. Look at the P-Hub industry. That's growing. You got these dolls coming out. You have so much stuff. You have technology that's stimulating the brain. Everyone is really not looking for a relationship because majority of people are desensitized from P-Hub. It's like before, the men used to chase the women because you were trying to chase the cat. Now, a lot of these guys are not chasing the cat because they just don't have the hormones and the testosterone that want it anymore. They're not in the gym. They're not physical. They're not doing anything but just sitting at home on the internet. So they can't even get it up unless they're imagining it by watching P-Hub. So that's what's really hurting the women here. And the women also have their little toys that they're doing. But at some point, women need companionship, which is why when you look at the alphabet community, a lot of them are baby moms. If you look at the alphabet community, a lot of those are baby moms because women really need companionship. So it's quicker for them to go to another woman. Hopefully you guys got the message behind the video. Comment, like, subscribe to both of my channels. Hasta la vista.